What's up, guys? We are back at it. Day 11. Bankroll challenge. Alright. Happy Valentine's Day to everyone out there, especially my future wifey. Gonna marry you one day, and it's gonna be soon. Is she watching? No. So, gonna surprise her. What did I do? Oh, man. My bad. Okay, anyways, give me 1 second. Oh, man. Okay. Trying to make sure that now you plug in from my laptop is not working. Alright. That works. Fuck. I want this to work. Give me 1 second. There we go. Alright. Alright, we're back at it. We are charged. Alright. So, like I said, officially day 11 bankroll challenge. We're at $58.85. My past video I was showing you guys the graph, a little something. Just showing you the journey. So as you can see, the graph is going up. It's gone down a little bit, but it's going up, So, that's what the whole bankroll management is all about. Like, for example, I'm sticking to the bankroll management, sticking to $5 or less, obviously. I would be playing 1 cent, 2 cent, but due to the fact that Ignition does not have 1 cent, 2 cent on their game, I'm playing 2 cent, 5 cent. So, that's the lowest game they have. At the same time, playing these low stakes games, I'm actually a, 25 cent, 50 to 50 cent dollar player. That's the games I usually play. Not going to be playing any of those anytime soon due to the fact that I want to complete this challenge, and not going to risk my bankroll playing 25 cent, 50 to $1, even though I'm a winning player at those games, but I have to stick to this bankroll management because all it takes is that one bad beat and there goes my bankroll. So, at times, I'm not going to lie, it can be a little boring because I'm not really used to playing at these stakes. But, I'm doing this for myself. I want, not just for myself, I guess, but I'm doing this for everyone else so that they know that, you could still make it in poker. It's not like the golden days where, Full Tilt was running Poker Stars and we were able to play in the US, and those were when the best games were going on, a bunch of fish, whatever, but you can still make it in poker online if you follow the right bankroll management. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just going to continue following that. And, I'm just going to stick to my basic strategy. although it's boring for me, uh, you know, I just want to show everybody that it can be done. And I'm also doing this for myself because, it's a challenge. I want to see if I'm capable of actually running it up from, $50. And right now we're starting our our bankroll challenge, at a set goal, which is $1,000. Then once we hit 1,000, hopefully, um, we'll start expanding our goals. Maybe 1,000 to 5,000 or 1,000 to 10,000. Who knows? But for now, we're trying to get to $1,000. And so we are at 58.85. Started from $50. There's the graph. So, we've been going up. We had a downfall, like I said before, from February 5th all the way to February 9th. We were about, we were about what is that? We're about a $50 loser. But we were able, due to the bankroll management, we were able to bring it back up because we still had a bankroll. And, I was sticking to what I said I was going to do. Now, for example, let's say, and this happens quite often. I've done it before. But, I lost 50 and I got down to 59. Let's just say, in the past. And, I'd want to get that 100 back or whatever, that $50 back. I would go ahead and jump to a higher table. Well, we're not going to do that. We're not going to be doing that. We're going to actually stick to our plan. Because I'm a favorite at these low stake games. I just know it. So there's no reason for me to just, I'm not trying to sound cocky. I just feel like I have an edge, and I feel like I'm a winning player. So, I'm going to stick to the bankroll management. And we're going to go ahead and start off. Oh, shoot, did I exit out? Yes, I did. Oh, my God. Guess I logged out. Okay, well, let's log back in. No, I guess we already have one running. Oh, yes, we do. Okay, so we have one running already. So as you can see right here, our playable balance, 158.85. Just like our poker chart, which is at 158.85. So we're going to stick to our plan. Keep playing these 2-table 6-max. And continue the bankroll challenge. And just for the record, remember, I am not an instructional or, somewhat of a teacher. I don't have the credibility of any of that. I'm just doing this for myself to and prove everyone that you can still make it. Okay? So, this is not an instructional site, YouTube channel. This is, if you want to learn how to play poker, go to Upswing, like I said before, get Daniel Negreanu's masterclass or something, but this is not the channel for that, I don't want everyone to think I'm some type of, that I'm trying to make some type of, instructional video or, tips and strategies. I'm pretty much just doing the bankroll challenge. That's all it is. And, at times I am going to give you my thoughts on some spots. They're not always going to be right. But I just want you guys to understand kind of where my head's at in specific hands. So we're gonna go ahead and set this all up. Okay. So I'm gonna do circle. So yeah, you know, like I said, I'm just gonna be talking about the hands live. You know, this isn't pre-recorded I'm actually you know, this isn't pre-recorded where I'm going through the hands. No, this is live, and it's a little more difficult to talk poker and try to explain what's going on while you're live, because you're trying to run the plays through your brain at the same time. Be difficult. So it says I keep getting disconnected and reconnected on my are we live? We should be live now. I'm connecting, I'm disconnected. Cool. Okay. So we are ready. It is Valentine's Day. Probably won't be playing for that long today. My girl went out to run some errands. I already gave her, you know, the usual. I gave her some flowers, a nice card, and what did I give her? Oh, some chocolate covered strawberries and some wine. Girls love all of that. And, you know, we're going to be using that later. Strawberries and the wine. But for now, she's out running some errands. So I'm going to try to get this out of the way. So I won't be doing much streaming today for day 11. But I am going to try to get some hands in before I do meet up, or she gets home. So over here on the right, we do have a flush draw. And I'm going to go ahead and bid a little big due to the fact that a little bit more than half the pot due to the fact that there are 3 opponents. And it could also be used as a semi bluff. So I can maybe take it just down on the flop. Just like that. So that's the good thing on having position. Oh yeah, let's fix this. I gotta fix this. Make sure my stats are where they're supposed to be and where everyone else's stats is supposed to be. Stats are where they're supposed to be. For this one, there we go. All right, we're ready to go. So hopefully I can get at least an hour in. Hopefully she takes her time. Maybe 2 would be nice, but let's see what happens. I told her to call me before she left her parents' house back. Told her to call me before she left her parents' house. So I gotta get ready before she gets home. Because we gotta go eat some dinner. Take my girl out to taking my girl out, you know, for Valentine's Day and a nice dinner. Hopefully all of you guys are doing the same thing. You know, treat your woman like a queen. You know, especially if she's loyal. My girl is loyal. I mean, I'm just blessed to have her, man. Really blessed to have her. Like, just all the unconditional love she gives me. It just means the world to me. Being loyal and unconditional love, man, that just, that gets me right there. Love that girl with all my heart. So, starting off, it's always good. I've said this probably in the past, but what I like to do, and I'm using this as a strategy, on game selection, but and it's been working out actually. But right now we're on hand 5. Uh, we're on hand 2 on this side. On the right side, we're on hand 2. But anyways, once we get to about 20, 25 hands, um, I like to 50 is about 50. You'll get a really clear image on how people are playing. But yeah, I guess we can do, yeah, half to me. Okay, so from 25 to 30, once I get to about 25 to 30 hands on everyone, on my opponents, I like to see what kind of table do I have. You know, like are they all in? Are their VPIPs all in red, for example, or are there VPIPs all in green? Because if they're going to be all in green, I'm changing tables. I do not want to be um, at a table where there's a bunch of nits. You know what I mean? So I'm just gonna call here. Um, ooh, diamond gets there. Oh, let's over bet the pot. $0.97. Try to get paid off. Try to make it seem like I'm trying to steal it. So what do you want? Oh, just an 8 of diamonds. Yeah, of course. I know. So what was that? Oh yeah, so yeah, if everyone's in green, if, all my opponents' VPIPs are, in green, probably gonna get in select a new table. Although it does on ignition, it's random. That's okay, but I'm gonna go off into another table. But if everyone's VPIPs in red, but please believe I'm gonna stay with that table because you know I'm gonna get paid off. They're playing a wide variety of hands, which means, I'm pretty much going to be, usually at the top of my range the majority of the time. So I'm going to get paid off. So, game selection is important, especially when you have a HUD. Oh, it's always good to have a HUD and pay attention and understanding how to use it, and just gives you a little bit of information on your opponents, but you still have to adapt, because just because their VPIP is high, like for example, right now, um, this guy has only played 8 hands. His VPIP is at 75%. Doesn't mean that he's just playing weak hands. Sometimes when you start off at a table, you know, you can get consecutive good hands. It happens. So, out of the 9 hands that were dealt to you, maybe 5 of them were actually really good hands. And it can start off like that. And then, the good hands probably start to die down. And then his VPIP starts to die down. So, try not to judge anyone right away. Like I said, wait till about, 25 to 30 hands. 50 is going to you're gonna know exactly where they stand, how they play. But 25 to 30 will give you somewhat of a clue, just somewhat of an idea. Oh, can't wait for tomorrow or the weekend. It is NBA All-Star Weekend. I'm really stoked on that. I love All-Star game. I love basketball. And I love watching the whole slam dunk and three-point contests. I love watching all that. So it's fun. Okay, over here, I'm gonna go ahead and raise. I'm gonna be raising the button a lot when it gets folded around to me. The person in the big blind seems like a defender. His VPIP he's at 67, but not necessarily. He's only seen 6 hands. So like I said, it's still too early to know that. But I'm always going to be raising the button when it gets folded around to me with a marginal hand. Okay. Ten eight. Love this. This is my favorite hand. 10-8 suited. Play this hands like aces. My favorite hand. 10-8. Doesn't really matter what suit, as long as they are suited. But 10-8 is my favorite hand. I'm gonna go ahead and see bet. That's calming. Okay, I'm gonna just check behind. Try to keep the pot small, you know. See what happens. He could possibly lead out here. And then go ahead and raise it a little bit. Feel like I had the best hand here. Ouch. I guess I did not have the best hand. Felt like I did. Oh well, it happens. Just the way he played it made me feel like I had the best hand. It's okay. It's okay. It's alright. We're only down 97 cents. Still early. Over here we're up 83 cents, so in actuality we're only down about what, 14 cents? We're only down about 14 cents. No big deal. All I need is that one big hand. That one double up. Why do I feel like he doesn't have anything right there? I'll go ahead and put in the check raise. Oh, flop like 3-6-5. I just don't really see it hitting him. If he does call, I am going to continue on the turn. But I just don't really see 3-6-5 hitting him that often. Especially when he's playing a wide variety of hands. Really thinking about it, what is there to think about? Did he flop it? 4-7? Hollywoody? I mean, it's only what, 35 cents more? What's he thinking about? Call? Got aces over here. I'm gonna go ahead and raise. And we got him to fold. Possibly had ace king right there. Over here we have two other opponents in the pot. Um, there are draws on there, so we're gonna go ahead and make it a little more than half pot, and we'll take it down. I should have made it maybe a little less. I did have the ace of clubs. But on the right, when player 6 made it 15 cents into like 50, kind of tells me he's on some kind of possibly draw or just any two high cards. Because if he did have a hand, I feel like he would possibly be defending, and he probably would have bet a lot more or a little more. but you know, I just felt like he was weak with that small bet. That wasn't even a quarter size of the pot bet. So I just went with my read and raised it. But remember, if you're gonna go with your read on that and um, check raise him, then you're gonna have to follow through on the churn. You know, you can't give up. Gonna have to follow through on the churn. Over here with 8-4, everyone, we got a couple limpers. I was gonna limp, but that's what I get for talking too much. It's okay. Okay, over here we got a limper. We actually got a hand, so we're gonna go ahead and raise it up. Try to go heads up. Ten six six. Oh man, really? All right. Just gonna give it to him. It's good to be a helpful Helmuth and let them bluff you. You know, let them bluff you once in a while. You know, because then they're gonna think, oh, I'm gonna keep bluffing and bluffing and bluffing, and boom, you got them. So once in a but, I mean, you know, sometimes they do have it. You just gotta give them the benefit of the doubt. I'm gonna go ahead and raise it right over here with my ace-8. It's four-handed on the left side, so ace-8's gonna be the best hand most of the time. 6-3 deuce in the big blind. Not quite. Doesn't look like a flop that would. It's a dry flop. Just doesn't seem like a flop that would hit him if he's calling a raise. Although he is a loose player, could be calling with any two cards. Just always want to c-bet, guys. Always got to c-bet. Because the majority of the time you're going to take it down. I mean, of course they're going to call some of the time, but that's because they actually hit the flop, you know? Whether it's type of draw, middle pair, top pair, sometimes even bottom pair, right? Depending on who the player is, how bad they are. But, I mean, from the past month that I've been playing on this site, I've noticed that a little bit, actually, I was thinking about it. It's actually been a little bit less than a month, but from the past on playing on the site, I've noticed that the players on here are really weak. They are such bad players. Yeah. 1 second, you guys. Yeah, of course. Hold on. Were you able to get that thing off the floor? Oh, you know what? Yeah. I have to, Can I come in? Yeah, come in. Yeah. What I have to do... Hold on 1 second. No. Hold on 1 second. Sorry, I'm doing this. No. I can just pause it. This is